Good day, boys and girls. I hope you're doing great today. My name is Eric the Gamer, and welcome back to Worldbox. So today I'm starting a new. This is probably going to be a longer series. It's kind of a like a world, continent, whatever thingy. So this world is pretty much already designed for the boat update whenever that comes out, if they still keep the worlds that we've already had. So pretty much what I did here is I drew a map on paper, and then I tried to create it on here. So I've got the main continent, which I haven't decided what to name yet. I've got a bunch of islands, and then I've got this little island down here, which is pretty neat. And then I've got the mountains up here. I've got the main continent, you know, just this side, some rivers, some deltas over here, down here. And there's a little peninsula, a little mountainous area here. Then up here there's going to be a big human kingdom as well. And over here is the elven, like the little elven place, elven utopia you want to call it. Here's where the dwarves are going to be. They've got this mountain range here. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to take small parts of this map and create full maps. Alright, I've already done that with this peninsula, which I'll actually go ahead and show you. Should be right here. And so what I kind of want to do is I want to do a series on the big map for a little bit, but then I also want to take it to the smaller ones. So this is the peninsula that was on the big map, but it's like big. So this is how I was hoping it would look, like how big it would be on this map. But since the world size is a lot smaller than I had anticipated, I couldn't really do it to the size that I was hoping, you know? So everything's a lot smaller. Otherwise this is going to be super massive and everything. So my kind of plan is to do a series here, and then I'll do individual smaller series on each of those. So I already have this one done, and then these two right here together. And then if you guys want any specific ones to be created next, I'm thinking about doing this one next. So I'll just kind of create like the little circle, like a river, kind of like this. Then just create a massive mountain range with the circle, and then put dwarves. There's also this lava island out here I might do a series on, I don't know. We could make some little colonies on the sides, on the rims here, and see if they can take it over or not. It'll be interesting. I've got the northern island here, which is pretty neat. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to turn it up to 2 times speed. I want to go ahead and show you guys where just people would be in general. So we would start off with one group down here. We'll chuck one on this island. One up here. I wasn't able to get the little mountain thingy here in, but on my paper drawing I do have that up there. So there's humans down here, humans there, humans here. There's definitely going to be some humans right here, down at the bottom of this river as well. I'm going to leave most of the islands alone except this one. You do get a nice little colony there. Alright, and then we have some dwarves here. I'm gonna put maybe about 20 of them. Alright, and then we'll have some dwarves here. And some dwarves down here. Alright, we'll have a couple little elven colonies, maybe. Right there, and then one down here. Alright, and then here we'll have... Okay, I need to turn on fast spawn, because I'm gonna make a bunch of elves up there. Okay, I need to get to settings. Beat the burger a bunch. There we go. And then turn on fast spawn. Alright, so I'm going to spawn maybe 100 elves. This is the Elven Atlantis. So it's got to be big. And then we've got some humans up here. This is going to be the dominant human kingdom. Next to possibly somebody that comes from this little area here. Alright, and then over here we have some orcs. Here. In this little mountainous area, as well as on this island down here. Okay, they're kind of killing chickens right now. Okay, I guess wherever they go is where the orc towns are going to be, because they're just going wherever they want to. So this is kind of the world at the moment. Everything else is available for colonization, but there's humans here, humans a bunch in the peninsula. See, I just really like the way that I designed this map. So, I mean, you've got the main part up here, you've got the mountains separating, and you got this open area with some mountains here. You've got the big dwarven mountain area, which is like the safe haven refuge for dwarves or whatever you want to call it. I mean, if they ever do up the world size a lot bigger than this, I definitely will recreate this in a massive scale, which is my original plan. But I couldn't really make it as massive, so I did my best. So I mean, here would be, I don't know, maybe like a little plains kind of empire a little bit. And right here, which actually in the other one is a forest place, but on here it's soil for some reason, I don't know. It should be forest though, just because forest is more powerful than soil, I guess, and it's a powerful little island. But I mean, if there are any of these you guys want to see, like created, like have its own map, then just feel free to let me know. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn everything up, and we're gonna just watch it and see what happens. All right. So the elves, they're expanding. They've taken over this little geyser here. They're pretty much gonna get their whole island. These guys, they may or may not. Somebody might go up there and colonize. These people already have some colonized lands. The pink, these guys, okay, they took out those guys, it looks like. They're actually going to unify this area. By the way, the part that I created as the map, it's from these mountains down. From those mountains down to here, and then this island. And that's all I did for that map. So, I still need to create a map of this, like this whole area, this thingy. Maybe even that island, I don't know. I'm saying it all needs to be created eventually. That's kind of my endgame plan here. Next to maybe making a massive one of these. Okay, these guys already have some colonies here. It feels so cool seeing this island, but like on a smaller scale. Because I played like maybe through the island on the normal map maybe 10 times of this, and it feels so weird because you know their capital was like right here. It was like going through the delta, and it was neat. I really liked it. I mean, they're doing pretty good. They've got a colony there. Yeah, they're colonizing their island. Elves have 2 different spots taken over. But yeah, and also I made it so there's like a mountain range surrounding the Elven Island, so they have like a defensive barrier a little bit. But then again, I also built it a little bit too far north, so I couldn't create it all the way up there at the top. Okay, the orcs have their 2 spots taken over. They've got some soil here for food. They've got some soil up there for food, so they're doing good. These guys, 2 different orc towns, just chilling on the southern spots there. There's an orc city there as well, which is a colony of that place. That's nice. There's a war going on in the middle peninsula here, like just this open area. And it would seem that the dwarves have been taken out, I think. Yeah, I think the elves destroyed the dwarves, and this little elven town is chilling there. There are, however, some humans that have taken over most of this spot. So the dwarves did not make it that long, not gonna lie. They just kind of got destroyed. Also, it took me a long time to make this map, so it took me like a long time. Like maybe half an hour. Because I had to look at them. I mean, I already had it drawn out, so it would have been a lot harder to just create it if I didn't have it drawn out already. Okay, the elves have taken over their little islands. Ooh, these guys have colonized that place as well as this island here. Also think they're at war with these humans, so that's kind of neat. They're just kind of like warfare. See, whenever they add boats, they'd be able to head to like a beach landing or something, I guess. I don't know, they'd be able to carry troops over. And see, I also find this funny because everybody keeps coming over here trying to colonize it, but they get blown up by the fire towers before they can. What happened to the volcano? I don't see it. Where'd it go? Volcano, hello? Where'd it go? I mean, it just vanished. Okay, there looks like there was some elven dudes that left this, their armies, or whatever you want to call it, their faction. Ooh, how's Red doing? So Red... Okay, well that city was destroyed, wherever that was. But, I think everybody's doing pretty solid so far. Ooh, these guys have a nice little island here. They've got a neat little, spot. See, I did my best to make it as realistic as I could. Like, if you put it up to there, would hopefully match a little bit. I think I did end up having to redo this coast though, so this matched what it was before, not the current one. See, it matches a little bit of, yeah, I tried. I did my best. Okay, looks like there was a civil war here, and the original empire there is not going to survive. Okay, looks like the orange human empire is the most powerful at this exact second. Somehow they're doing better than these elves. Somehow. And also, these people lost their colony here and then here. Looks like these guys took some of them over. See, this is pretty much how the island was on the main one. On the main, on like this individual as a map, like it's literally just this. Oh yeah, okay, now it's pink versus orange. Yeah, these orcs are just kind of chilling down here. They're just peacefully enjoying their island. See, I think it's interesting, because I made like a little river going through the mountain, and I thought I was pretty proud of that. I think it looks neat. You know, there's a couple of little openings here and there so you can get in the river and travel through it and all that stuff. So, I mean, we've got some nice little island empires chilling. If I had to say anybody could take over this like the main continent, I think it's either going to be these guys or maybe the elves. Okay. Actually, no, it's going to be those guys because they're doing pretty good. Also, how did these guys get a colony there? That's surprising, unless they're at war or something. Okay, they are now going to take out those islands. No, who is that? Those are humans taking out orc places. Okay, so that's kind of what they're doing there. They're trying to take out some orcish settlements. Okay, this is a pretty solid orc island as well. Oh, that's their current capital? Well, yeah, the orange did kind of wipe them off the peninsula, it looks like. They got invaded from the north. Which is stinky, it sucks. For those guys, for them it's pretty good. I mean, these guys have a pretty dominant position at the moment. These guys have a nice little colonial empire for those two islands. And this may or may not be the biggest city on the map. 309 people. That's a lot of people. That is a do-si-do lot of people. Yeah, so there's a little invasion here. I don't know, is that an invasion or they just... I think that was an invasion. So pink and orange are still at war. Which is a pretty bad war. Like, I mean, it's a big war. Like, it's all those versus all that. You know, pink's got a nice little colonial thing going on. Which somehow they took that city. I don't understand how that's even possible. How did they go around and take that settlement? Okay, so who's that? Is that these guys? I think that's these guys. So they're the most powerful at this exact moment, and they're pretty much leaving everybody alone. World population is currently almost 3,000. And there's an invasion of this island, it looks like, which is not going to go well for red, because, I mean, this is like a... Yeah, it's a good little island, I guess. You can't really expand that much on this little part, but you can on this part. So, I mean, they're not going to make it. I don't think red's going to be able to make it much longer. Especially since orange took over the peninsula, which these guys were pretty much chilling at. Well, it looks like they survived. Everybody else just kind of ran away. How are these elves at war with? Or did they just wipe out the dwarves and now they're just waiting? Rahona, Great Amelide. Okay, they're at peace with everybody. They're just waiting and watching, it looks like. Well, I mean, they're slowly making progress. The lava's gone. But the towers are still there, which is their biggest problem. So I could spawn like a bunch of people there. Like, look at that. You just get blown up. Get exploded. Okay, so the elves have 5 cities on their continent. I don't know if they're going to expand anywhere. Oh, is Orange losing control? Because, well, there's a small rebellion there, but otherwise they're still they're hanging on. Not to mention they took this island, which does have some gold, or it did have some gold. I guess they mined all the gold. But yeah. What else is really going on? I mean, I guess these orcs are all dead now. Their colony, or their island, was invaded and has been taken over completely by these guys. Yibinsk. By these guys. So far at the moment, this is the most peaceful human empire. Everybody else has just been at war trying to destroy each other. These two specifically. But the elves are kind of peaceful, except this one. This one wiped out the dwarves because it didn't like them for some reason. I mean, look at this. Isn't that a nice little spot? I'm really excited to actually make this map because it'd be like a massive central mountain. And then there'd be like smaller mountain ranges kind of going around. And then, well, you know, and then you got the massive mountains surrounding it. And you've got all this area for the dwarves to expand and all that stuff. I just think it'll be neat. It will be super neat. Plus there's this little pond here that everybody's kind of swimming across. So, I mean, I could make a map of the pond. And, well, I don't know. I might. I'll have to think about it. I don't know how I'd go about doing this. I mean, I could try to make this part, like, to the left of the pond. I could try to make to, like, this part. And then this part up here. Or I could just do the mountain range. I don't know. Who's at war now? The Rahona are at war with Great Amelid. So they're at war with those guys, right? Yeah. So the Pink's at war with these guys. It looks like they're trying to get some colonies on the main continent at this point. Which, if they win, this is probably one of the few times that I've actually seen the humans overpower and destroy the elves. So that'd be pretty good on them, I guess. Also, I think they're at war with them again, so that kind of sucks. Okay, these guys are at war, aren't they? I don't think that's going to go super well for them. They're losing a lot of people from their main island. Whoa. Huh. Yeah, these guys have a neat little colonial empire over here. But I mean, the main continent's where most of the action is kind of happening, a little bit. I mean, I could make a map of just the main continent, get rid of all the islands, and try just making it. But it wouldn't be much bigger than this if, you know, I just feel like it's a waste of time a little bit. Oh, we've got a massive invasion of this island. There's just a bunch of people fighting. Okay, that place is taken over. That was a lot of people. Are they going over here now? F in the chat for this island. This place is getting destroyed. Addy Lork has just been completely destroyed, it looks like. Well, not completely destroyed, but yeah, they're just going to go through and take all their spots. So now Orange is getting a good colonial empire. Which I know it's kind of weird that I call them whatever color they are instead of just saying their actual empire name. It's because saying that they're orange is much easier than whatever. What is it? Yugoversk Empire, whatever that is. Much easier saying orange. A lot easier to remember. But I mean, these blue elves are just kind of hanging on here. They have a good little sizable chunk, I guess. Who are they at war with? They're at war with a Great Amelid. Where's that? Is it this place? Yeah. And Great Amelid is dead. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do something fun. How many people have we got? If it's over 4,000, okay. If it hits 3,000, okay, yeah, I was going to say, if it hits 3,000, I'll make these guys declare war on everybody. So, I just want to see what they'll do. It's time for them to expand a little bit. Whoa, they've got a lot of resources, and they're just going to go through here and wipe them out, it looks like. I mean, Pink is kind of sending a response a little bit. They're fortifying this island here. Which did not go well, because this army took it over anyways. And the elves are still going to attack him. You know, this is actually a pretty good spot for an empire. You know, you can expand in any which way. You can expand this way, you can expand this way, you can expand this way, you can expand this way. You've got great access to the ocean. So it's a pretty solid spot. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, right here's not bad either, because you can. I mean, it's a decently sized island. You can expand just in a full circle, pretty much. Well, they finally got a colony here. So the elves are, well, the Atlantis elves, whatever you want to call them, the secluded elves, the big elves, whatever. Well, actually, these elves are doing pretty solid as well. They're taking over a lot of the peninsula, or the main continent, to the point of where it's these guys versus those guys. And yes, I did make them declare war because they should fight it out. Somebody should win, which actually I think these guys will probably win. I mean, they do have Scylla, though, which is a pretty good spot. But at the same time, it's just not going too well for them. I mean, those two are kind of battling it out for this island. And these two are battling out for here. Actually, we're just down to 4 empires, aren't we? Except this little place, but that's a rebellion, so it's going to die soon. But, I mean, we're just down to humans versus elves at this point. Which I actually don't know if... I mean, I'll probably maybe make 2 or 3 more on this one. Unless somebody actually just wins this entire video already. Then I would have to, I don't know, I'd have to restart. Maybe spawn people in different places, you know. Which might actually not be a bad idea. You know, I could play it through to the end. I mean, now we've got supersonic speed. That saves a lot of time. Like, it saves a lot of time when recording. Because it used to take 4 or 5 episodes to get up to this point. Now it's already in the first one. So, they're just kind of going at it, it looks like. I mean, they're in a good position. They're in an okay position. They've got all of this. Okay, this is all theirs. You just have to actually win. Otherwise, they're gonna die. Because these humans will probably take them out. Not to mention, these elves are just sending over insane amounts of troops to colonize and wipe everything out. Like, look at this. That's insane. That is absolutely bonkers. Okay, let me just see who's at war at this point. There's 5. Who's this? Opuina of Moon. Oh, it's that place. Okay. So the Spears of Omir Sea is the currently most powerful empire. They're at war with a Hodona children. So they're actually at war with those elves, it looks like. They actually got a colony there for the first time. Oh, it's because they're actually destroying some of the towers, ever so slowly. Oh, also, for you guys that wanted to see demons versus cold ones, here you go. And I'm just stay here and watch the cold ones get destroyed. Okay, look, the demons won. Alright, the demons won. Yeah. So there's your battle. Yadanin? Yeah, Yadanin, bro. Look at this place. Oh. Oh, no. I think the elves are actually going to take it over. Then the humans will be not on the continent anymore. You know, not going to lie. This should be the Dwarven Empire instead. Because the Dwarves, they had a good spot to start off with. But they got destroyed in the beginning. Okay, this is actually a pretty good spot right here. They've got, well, not to end the videos necessarily, but I'm just saying it's a pretty good location, like a pretty good time in the video, because they're unified up here. This empire's got all these colonial places. There's just a massive war for the main continent. The elves are kind of having a civil war at this point. It's a pretty neat little spot. They have 1,000 people, so I think they're actually going to win, considering that those humans only have almost 700. The Rahona have almost 700 as well. They have almost 900, and they're almost at 1,000, so. It'll be close. It'll be very, very close. Okay, so they are kind of taking some of the provinces down here. They are kind of making some beach landings here. And fighting. Like, look at that. They're actually going to war. They're sending troops over and actually attacking, which is pretty neat. They are, however, getting attacked by the flame towers a little bit. I mean, I'm sure they will eventually try to come, will actually get it someday, but not today. Yeah, these humans, they've lost their ground, I think. So now there's the Pink Empire coming with the colonies, and now they have to fight each other and take them over. And oh, dude, the Elven capital, however, this Elven capital is down to only 30-something people. We're still at 905, but they're losing. Everybody's losing a lot of people. The world population, I'd guess, is it's almost at 3,000 still. It's pretty close. Each empire has maybe 600-700, give or take. So each empire is roughly close. Not close enough. Oh, there's a massive Elven civil war right here. It's going to weaken them significantly, just enough for these elves to get some colonies down here and actually get a foothold. Oh, that's rough, because if those elves take them out, then yeah, then everybody's gonna. Then I think these guys actually have a good chance of winning, mostly because they have a really good spot. I mean, these guys don't have a bad spot. It's just the elves have a better spot. Yeah, the Blue Kingdom was destroyed. It looks like. Okay. Yeah, so green is currently the biggest. The Rahona is the second biggest. They're at peace with those guys. Common enemies, distance. Spheres of. Okay, they have good relations because they have king, common enemies, and race. So they're both they're kind of allies in this war against the elves. It looks like. It would appear that's what's going on a little bit. Okay, so just make sure the elves are at war with everybody. Alright, that's kind of the plan here. This is pretty much just the two human empires versus the elves. That's kind of how it's going to go. Actually, you know what? This is a perfect spot. We're going to finish off just this map in the next episode. Alright, so this is part 1, then we'll do part 2. And in part 2, it'll be like humans versus elves kind of finishing it off here. Alright, because it's just these guys left. The blue is pretty much dead. There's a couple green here, but I'm sure they'll get over it. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this part 1, episode 1, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to, if you feel like it, you can subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out that reminder. You can, it's a thing that you can do. I think we just hit 1,600 subs a little bit ago, so that's a pretty good number. It's a pretty good number, alright? Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for today. Yeah, see y'all later. Farewell and goodbye.